Alright, what's up guys? Jake here. Got a little art tip video for you guys. I'm gonna go over how to make easy wood grain. You could kind of see it here and here in the table that the Mad Hatter's sitting on. And it's actually a really cool technique and it's super simple. So I'll just start by giving you guys some kind of object. I do tables a lot, so this is just the corner of a table. I'll make another painting layer to show you guys. And I'll make the table kind of brown. So it doesn't matter what you fill it in with, obviously. You know, you could even just use the fill bucket if you're one of those people. But so once you have like the base color down, then you could go to your paint brushes, and this is Procreate, so you know obviously you're gonna have these brushes, but in different programs you're gonna have similar brushes. So you're going to want to go to the painting brushes, and whether they're acrylic or oils. So I forget which ones I tend to use. I think it's the dry brush or the old brush. I use both usually. So I'll take the dry brush and I'll take my color. I'm just going to go darker with it. And I'm going to make the brush fairly large. Okay. Now, as you see, that's already pretty decent. You know, and you could change the size. Let's just see what the old brush looks like. I'll do it over here. Yeah, so that's pretty good too. Those brushes are really good at doing this. Yeah. So that's already decent wood grain, but we're gonna color sample our base color and we're gonna go lighter with it. All right, we're gonna use the old brush. And I'm just lightly dragging it, kind of following my lines here. So this is a lighter color, so it's obviously going to be on the lighter side, not where the shadow's going to be. Okay, so we have that, and then what I do is I'll use the blending tool and I'll go to painting, dry brush, and use the smudge tool and just kind of blend in this stuff, okay? And when it's like really dark here, blend it a little bit, but you could use some of it to your advantage, which I'll show you. Alright guys, like as you can see, this is already looking pretty good. So I'll run it down this table leg. So now you have this pretty much. Okay, guys. I do a lot of cartoons, but I like having some detail. So instead of just having the table leg brown, I like, you know, having the details in there. Because actually what used to fascinate me like all the time was when you're watching like the old school cartoons like Looney Tunes and stuff, and it gets to like a dramatic scene or like a dramatic new scene, and it's like a detailed painting of like a farm on a hill, you know, and there's no animation other than just like maybe the camera scrolling in, like those types of drawings I loved, you know. Same thing with like Ren and Stimpy, when like something gross happens, they do like the up close, like highly detailed photo still image. So I love just putting detail into my pictures like that. So this is like a good way to do it. If you have something wood in your photo that you're painting. So once I'll get to this stage, then you could use really any kind of a painting tool that you want, that you're using. It doesn't have to be like a brush, so it could be like the Nico Roll brush. And I'll take the color of the highlights that I used, and obviously you're gonna change this color depending on what your lighting situation is. You know, like if you're got a room full of red lights or something, you're gonna obviously have more red. But I'm just gonna show you like just a basic highlight. So you end up with stuff like this, and to me it already looks like wood grain, but like you could do really small detailed highlights. You know, I'll lower like the opacity. And hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. But like just doing this, and I'm like finding some grain that I had put down, and I'll just highlight the light side. You could use any kind of brush, really. But to get the initial grain down, use like those old dry brushes, something that puts down a lot of brush strokes, and then the smudge tool to blend it in, the blending tool, and use that same brush or type of brush like that as your blending tool, and you could feather it in to the point where then you get to this stage and you just go back and highlight some areas. And guys, tell me that is not an awesome effect. I mean, you know, I'll do something like this. Go back to my blending tool, which is my dry brush. There you go, guys. Look at that. That's the super effective way of doing realistic wood grain in your paintings. And it's really easy. You just need an old dry brush with a lot of brush marks, whether it's acrylic or oil. You know, your base color, your dark color, and then a highlight color. And then your blend tool, which is also make like a dry brush, whether it's acrylic or oil or whatever, and blend it in, and then go back with a even brighter highlight and just pick a side of the grain that your light source is on and highlight it, and it comes out pretty cool. And then if you really want it to pop, I guess you could add an even darker color. Like, you could even do like something crazy like purple or something. So you take that darker color that you picked and come in behind that highlight. I like using purples sometimes with the wood, because like kind of like warms up the brown. I don't know, so even like the dark shadows kind of feel warm. And you could do something like that, and that's, oh my god, like that kind of wood grain on like a treasure chest or something, guys. Like, you know, so you could come in and darken those shadows even. And makes your deep grain pop a little bit even more. So yeah, hope this tip helps you guys, and we'll catch you next time.